practice. And that since then, life has been a great joy for me. I'm Chandra Pulmarsetti, been an IT technologist in information technology. After having very good career from graduate from a good college, very known popular college in India, and then career in several large IT companies. And after about few years of working in the United States and in India, when I went back to India to right now I live in Bangalore to carry my work, that's the time I came in touch with a grand master called Patriji, Brahmashi Patriji. Several people are following him on this particular meditation path. And at the same time, a medical doctor, my younger brother, Dr. GK, talked about meditation and said you can heal yourself through meditation. So it was intriguing to me that how comes a lot of people follow this master on meditation and then a doctor is saying about meditation, a lot of things. So I started exploring and it took me some time. But then when I took to it seriously, and then when I started meditating every day for an hour to two, for about 2 months in the year 2002, and then also same time I was reading several books that expand our consciousness, it became apparent to me that all suffering is primarily inside of us. And all outer reality that is being created for us is really based on our thoughts and feelings. In Indian Vedic systems, we talk about Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati. So as you think is what you create outside. Later, subsequently, when I explored scientific aspects of this, came in touch with some of the work that is being carried out in quantum physics, in neuroscience, in epigenetics, and various other modern science modalities, which talk about the same concept that there is this infinite energy field everywhere, and we are deep inside emptiness energy, and so we are part of this energy field, and our observation collapses the possibilities. Our observation collapses things into the physical reality. Our observation is equal to our thoughts, feelings, and environment. So essentially, corroborating what has been known from various religious systems or ancient systems that our thoughts create reality is being corroborated now with the science very, very clearly. And so that was quite quite exhilarating for me to understand that scientifically that it can be shown that our thoughts and feelings which are there inside our conscious subconscious minds are definitely are creating our outer reality. So with that as an understanding, then I applied this principle a lot more deeply yet in my business to create an outer reality without an exception. Our thoughts and feelings create an outer reality without an exception. What we consider this as a manifestation process, combining meditation with that whole understanding that our thoughts and feelings create a reality in a new quantum model where it is not at all depending on our past, our predictable past. Instead, it is only depending on a model that you can visualize and dream about. It is never about a predictable past of what we are going to have see in our future. Instead, it is only about how much you can dream, how much you can dream and feel about to collapse a reality into our outer life. So that's the quantum model. So I started exploring and applied these principles quite significantly in achieving a great business outcome for my startup company in the year 2016, and subsequently continue to apply these principles of meditation along with this quantum model of reality or nature of reality creation to manifest and live a beautiful life. So, dear friends, this meditation process that we are going to be teaching along with me and Lawrence Guhad Jolly, both of us will be talking about organizing this program for all of us for the next 6 weeks, to be precise, 40 days, to make it into a habit. The research shows that we form an initial habit initial habit for 3 weeks, but in 6 weeks for meditation, we actually make it a strong, unremovable habit. So we can actually cement it strongly if we meditate every day for 6 weeks, seriously and sincerely. So that's why we have a 40-day program. And this program, we're going to learn and practice breath mindfulness meditation. I'm going to talk about this shortly. But prior to that, I want all of us to just keep our hand on our heart, our chest area, with your eyes closed. Can you feel your heart? Just observe, and then can you hear your heartbeat? Just, just observe and feel or hear the beating of the heart. Okay. I'm sure some could feel it, many perhaps say I could hear it. Some could hear, many may say I may not hear. But one thing is certain. Since when has this heart been beating? The answer would be if you're 40 years, you say 40 years ago. If you're 50, you say 50 years ago. That's when it started beating. It started beating when it was about 8 weeks. 8 weeks when we are in the mother's womb, that's when it started. We all take rest. We all need rest. If we didn't sleep for 24 hours, we absolutely need rest. But did we ever think about this heart and does it need rest? And then what would happen if it stopped beating because it needs to take rest? The resounding answer we know that is no way it can stop. This heart is beating, so are several systems inside our body. Those autonomous functions are performing their operations flawlessly every second. 25 million cells are generated in this body every second. We are considered a living bacteria with 600 billion cells that we are carrying in that only 10% belong to us and 90% are belong to this very bacteria. But they all coexist and they are being, our body is just continuing to function beautifully with all of them being there. We're not even aware that so much is going on in this body. This intelligence machine, there's a very intelligent system that is helping us experience life. Now, it is okay we don't recognize it, if we don't recognize the importance and intelligence of it, and then we're perhaps taking it for granted. But one more thing we are doing, while it is okay to not even bother about, but then the amount of interference we are doing into the body is significant that we don't even realize. Every time, the research is saying that 95% of our thoughts are redundant and negative. Research shows that 95% of a thought is redundant and negative. In that 80% are purely negative, worrisome, anxious, fearful. So every time we carry these anxious, worrisome, fearful thoughts, every time we carry them, then we are actually producing and then making a lot of chemical dumped into the body, interfering in the body system, body's functioning. What we call this stressful hormones, stressful chemicals, about 1200 of them get dumped into the body. So we are causing a lot of interference into the body through this 95% of the time through this negative, fearful, anxious, unwanted thought. So we not only acknowledge the body, but instead we actually interfere by having so many chemicals dumped into it, so the body is doing its best to function against all odds. Like if there's an oil spillage in a sea, imagine the plight of the birds, how difficult they are struggling to wade through the water anymore. It's no longer they play in water, right? And it is where that oil dripped, and so they struggle, and at some point they give up. It's like that. So the body is struggling to move forward because of this various interference of our stressful thought, which is not even aware. Now, on one side, if quantum model of reality is telling that our thoughts and feelings create our outer reality, but on the other side, we have this 80% negative thought, which is continuously impacting our body system, just as the physical body. Now, applying the quantum model is not only the physical body, but the quantum model is saying that based on your thought and feeling, then there is this electromagnetic signature that we send out into this field of energy. And so, even our outer reality, our environment, the people that we come in contact with, the places, the things that we manifest, all of them, our business results, our relationships, everything is dependent on our thought and feeling. So, dear friends, if there is a tool, if there is a process by which, if we can identify and if we can rectify our mind, which is conscious and subconscious, where all of this 95% unwanted, redundant thought is there, and if we have a process, we can rectify all of that and then move us from a negative process to a positive thinking oriented. If it can move us from a negative thought process to a positive thought, and if quantum physics is saying, which we'll understand deeply during the next 6 weeks, our thought and feeling create reality. Very scientifically, we can understand this. And if for a moment, if that premise is true, which is also corroborated by as you sow, so you reap, and bhavam tad bhavati kind of statements that we always heard everywhere. And so, if there is a process and then we can apply the process, then the meditation practice is all about then reprogramming ourselves to be positive oriented, to be miraculous oriented, so that we can create miraculous life, to can create a glorious life for ourselves, to have beautiful experience in our life. That's what attracted me quite a bit for this mindfulness meditation, when I understood that meditation is not only just for gaining some peace, some contentment, some relaxation. It is not just a relaxation process and technique. It's much more. It's not just a mindfulness meditation to just be mindful in a present moment and then just be happy in the moment. It's much more. It is about creating a brilliant and great, magnificent future for ourselves. It is putting various pieces together and saying, first, I want to bring my body into the normal stand, normal conditioning, bring it back into the homeostasis by taking out all that negative thought, remove all the interference into the body system, reduce the thought. Second, it's about channelizing that energy. Every thought is energy, every feeling is energy. We know that. We eat food in the morning, we don't do anything. We sit down on the couch and then just watch movie or even don't do anything. After 4 hours or 5 hours, you know that we all feel hungry because our mind is thinking. My body maybe is quiet, but mind is thinking. So much thought is produced, 60 to 70,000 thought. So thought is energy, feeling is energy. So the second point is to channelize that energy as we reduce the thought and remove the interference of the body, but also channelize the energy into the present moment so that we can be very, very mindful of the present and apply that energy into a future, applying the quantum model. So, dear friends, breath mindfulness meditation are the meditation that we're going to practice and learn and practice during the next 40 days is about removing our thought that are unwanted and expanding our thinking significantly with several conscious life supporting concepts and thoughts during the next 6 weeks, and then apply that significantly in our meditation process. This meditation program is about intense practice. We are going to meditate for a long time. That's why we set 90 minutes of time. We believe in strong personal transformation. And for any personal transformation of that is real and inner, deep transformation, we require to meditate for long enough periods. So we give a lot of importance to practice of meditation, even at the expense of reduced interactions or reduce talk. So we're going to be religiously practicing a lot of meditation. Now, the technique that we practice will be one of the most simplest technique. I like this meditation. I came into it because it is so simple that it had zero restrictions of what we can do and when to do, where to do, and who to do. And second, the system allowed me, because the process that I came into, the master that I came in contact with, the master said, it is not a teacher disciple system. It is that we are the same, we're just co travelers. We are co travelers. We teach the technique, and then the benefit that we get is based on how much we can practice, how much you can individually, seriously can practice it. You explore your own path, but the knowledge is there, the information is there, we facilitate, but at the end of the day, we are co travelers. It doesn't matter whether somebody has 1 month experience, no experience, or 20 years of experience. At the end of the day, we're all the same energy field or the greater consciousness. The quantum science calls it, quantum physics calls it quantum consciousness. Many quantum physicists call it quantum consciousness, where that single big large energy field where we're all part of. According to quantum physics, by the way, we are 99.99% emptiness in our body at subatomic particle level. We're only 0.01% matter that we see ourselves as. And so when we are energy, that emptiness, which is full of energy, so it's in quantum energy field, it's called. So we're all part of that field, that quantum consciousness. When we meditate, we are becoming that quantum consciousness. We're becoming much larger part of ourselves. What does it mean? It means to be able to access those unlimited possibilities that are existing out there for us to be able to manifest. So through this meditation process, we recognize that and we scientifically understand that we are no lesser than anybody out there who is a successful business leader, a successful personality of any kind. We recognize that we are no lesser than anybody out there. We are as good, as capable, as loving, as infinitely powerful, as creative as anybody else that we ever think of. Because that's science. That's just quantum physics. It's absolutely saying that we are all the same energy field. We are all same specks of energy connected with each other significantly. So we'll understand that process and we'll apply this meditation technique, which is going to help us realize it more and more and more every day. So this breath mindfulness meditation, are also popularly known as Anapanasati meditation that we're going to learn, dear friends, and we'll practice now, is nothing but observing our natural breath with our eyes closed. We all have our breath, which we're breathing for 15 to 16, 18 times per minute, but we don't even recognize that lifelong we've been breathing, right? So now that breath that is there, we don't recognize it unless we put attention on it. We know that. It just goes on in the background, right? We are quite unconscious of the breath happening. And so the technique here, the breath mindfulness meditation, is about emptying our mind, which has 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day. And we want to empty the mind. If we are 99.99% emptiness and energy, only 0.01% matter, and then matter is equal to experiences of life. And experiences are nothing but thoughts and feelings and memories of a person or a place or a thing in a given time. Experiences are nothing but thoughts and memories of a person and a place and a thing in a given time. Right? So matter is equal to our physical life, our body, our physical life, our environment, right? Everything around us is all considered matter. And our thoughts and feelings, so it's all full of experiences, and the experiences are about person, place, thing. So that's all is about a thought. And so in meditation, if we can withdraw our attention of a matter, that means we can withdraw attention of all the thought, then we're withdrawing attention of the matter. So when we withdraw attention of the matter, then what we're left with is that emptiness. So we start experiencing that emptiness. We start becoming one with this quantum energy field. Simply speaking, that's the depth of this meditation. So what do we do for this meditation? We simply observe the breath. Natural breath. So The posture is a comfortable body. We take a very comfortable posture in the body so that our body can cooperate us to empty our mind. We got to still the body and still the mind. So still the body is by sitting in a comfortable posture. Let me see if I have a presentation to share to show you the picture of meditation posture. Yes. So this is sitting on the floor. I guess we need to have the other one. This is sitting on the floor. One can sit in the chair, and the posture is your eyes closed. So remove specs if you're wearing, remove specs. Your eyes closed, fingers into fingers. Keep your hands in your lap comfortably with the fingers into fingers like that, just crossing your fingers into fingers. And then cross your feet. If you're sitting on the floor, it's like that. But if you're sitting in the chair, just cross your feet at ankle. That's it. Left or right or left doesn't matter, but cross your feet at ankle. So this is the posture. This spine need not be erect. You can take back support. You can rest against the chair or rest against a wall, whatever that you are sitting, wherever you're sitting. Right. So just simply sitting in a comfortable posture where you do not feel any pain anywhere, that you can sit for a long enough period, is the posture that you want to be. It's the most comfortable posture. So it is not necessary the spine is to be erect. Right, friends? So remove the specs and eyes closed. So this is the simple breath mindfulness meditation posture. And then what do we do? In that posture, with our eyes closed, take any point in the nose, the root, in the middle, or the tip, anywhere. Take any point. Observe that breath is going in and coming out. Breath may be going in through the same nostril and coming back, or go through one and then come back through other, depending on how your breathing pattern is that time, right? So breath goes through one and then comes through the same or the other, but simply observe the breath is going in, coming out. Just observing natural breath, not concentrating. See, concentration means you're going more, you're putting some thought and energy onto it. Observing just the naturally, right? That simple, soft, natural, tender, peaceful breath that's going in and coming out. As you observe the breath, the breath might have initially started long, maybe at the chest area. If you're a sports person, or maybe it's starting even more deeper, longer breath, somewhere from the abdomen. But the breath starts somewhere, say it starts from here. And as you observe, then the breath will become slowly, initially it is from here to here, you're observing, then slowly breath is becoming shorter, 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 lighter, lighter, lighter. It is shorter, it is initially maybe heavy, that means you're taking lots of air, and then slowly as you're observing, it might become shallow or lighter, less and less and less. It will, and some of you may notice it, some of you may not notice it, but that's okay. If you're a little bit sensitive, then you might notice that yes, it's becoming lighter and shorter. But if you don't notice, that's fine too. Just being observant of the breath is important. Just being observe the breath. As the breath is becoming lighter and shorter, slowly, ultimately it might become non-existent, it'll become a point, non-existent. And two things will happen as observing. Actually, three things can happen. One, it becomes shorter, lighter, lighter to the point where it becomes non-existent. So that is the time you let go of yourself. Don't hold on to and try to bring your breath back again, because it's becoming short and almost non-existent. But when it becomes non-existent, let go of it and then see what happens. And that's the time we are switching on to the other side where we are totally empty. Because as the breath is becoming lighter, without knowing, our thoughts also start coming down. Our thoughts only will flare up when there is an attention onto them. Quantum principle, where your attention goes, energy flows, and so that something there happens, a manifestation happens. So attention goes, energy flows. So if our attention is on thought, which is what normally we do, by default we're always putting our attention on something. So it just keeps on going, flaring up, and then bringing some related thought. So in this process, our goal is to empty the mind and to withdraw attention on the matter, to empty the mind of all thoughts. For that we observe the breath. It is a mind process, but it's a very subtle mind process, because breath is so easy to forget that we're breathing, and as a result you observe the breath, and slowly, very quickly, one, the breath becomes lighter, an empty point. So as it becomes empty, then mind is also becoming totally empty. And then by the time your breath is non-existent, you also become totally empty. So now you go into the other side, what we call entering into the quantum field or emptiness state. Second thing that can happen is that as you're observing the breath, you might not notice that breath is becoming shorter, lighter, but slowly, suddenly, for out of no reason, you would have forgotten about this whole thing that you're observing. Then also, then you would be in a state of emptiness. It could go in, you could might go into a sleep state, it could go into a trance state, it would be a state of emptiness. You might go into that state. Where as you're observing the breath, you forget that you're observing the breath, and then you go into the other side. Third thing that can happen as you're observing the breath, we actually go into thought. Our attention goes back to the thought, very common. Attention goes back to the thought, and when we are in the thought, we don't even realize until the time that thought is broken, right? So, for example, it was Monday morning, so you're now suddenly thinking about your office. So, observing the breath, you get distracted, you go back into thinking about the office, what you have to do today, and then maybe a couple of minutes later, suddenly realize and say, "Oh, I'm supposed to observe the breath I'm thinking." So, when you recognize that you're thinking, you're in a thought process, just bring your attention back to the breath. So it is expected that we all will be oscillating between a thought and breath. So very easily, many people initially, of course, we get distracted. Even after 20 years of practice, I do get distracted many, many times. And it is not expected that for the duration you're going to meditate, that you are going to stay empty at all. We will be oscillating between a observing the breath state and slowly might have gone into thoughtless state, or we would be in a thought state and bringing back to the attention to the breath. So we'll be keep oscillating between these states, and it is perfectly okay. So when you are in this breath, dear friends, and as you are becoming lighter and lighter, and as you go into the other side, because we start experiencing energy, we might have many kinds of different experience in the body: heaviness, lightness, body sensations, maybe a little bit of pain, maybe some kind of a tingling sensations or visions, colors, anything that may be there. Just observe them. Do not apply any analytical mind. Be a witness and observe what's going on. Do not try to interpret and say, "Hey, what experience is this? I'm getting a pain here. What does this mean?" Do not interpret. And just be as much as possible. Without any analytical mind, be a witness and observe what's going on. Right. So we will be practicing this meditation, simple breath mindfulness meditation right now, right? For a few minutes. I'll be playing music and I'll also guide. So music helps us to go deeper into the meditative states as we go along, right? So your job, while the meditation goes and music plays, your job, of course, my guidance will help for the initials for sure, right? As you are, I will be keep saying that, no, be one with your breath, become one with the breath, observe the breath, become empty. All of that I keep saying. Now, use my guidance if you're thinking, if you're in the thought process. My guidance will help you to come back to the observing the breath, right? A lot is important. And as you're observing and as you're emptying yourselves, and if you feel you're no longer there with the thought and then you're not in the present, so anyway you'll not notice that I'm guiding you also, it is fine. But if you are finding your breath is getting empty, and as you are practicing and it's becoming empty and empty, and then you find that you are in some kind of a empty state where you exactly don't know where you are, so that's a great state to be in. Continue to be in. Don't break your meditation. Continue to be in that empty state where you generally know you are there. You don't find something existing around you. My voice may be somewhere in the background, so it's fine. So it's a great state to be in a meditative state. It's called a trance state. So be in that. So relax yourself, dear friends. Sit comfortably with your eyes closed. Those of you having earphones, it'd be a good idea to wear earphones because the music is quite effective with the earphones for meditation. Sit comfortably in a chair or on the floor. With your eyes closed, keep your fingers into fingers. Just scan your body, head to toe. Just relax every part of your body. dear friends. With your eyes closed, with your fingers into fingers, rest your hands comfortably in your lap and observe your normal, natural, in breath and the out breath. We are going into powerful group meditation. In this meditation, we observe our normal, natural, simple in breath and the out breath. Our goal of this meditation, dear friends, is to empty our mind of all thoughts. Be with your breath. Become one with that in breath and the out breath, dear friends. As you observe the breath, allow yourself to slowly become lighter and lighter with your in breath and the out breath. Allow yourself to become one with that in breath and the out breath. Our goal is to empty the mind. When the mind is empty, all the energy is liberated and channelized into the generous present moment. Be with your breath. No forceful inhalation, no forceful exhalation. Just observe your natural, normal rhythm of that breath. Be with your breath. Allow yourself to slowly become one with that in breath and the out breath. Allow yourself to slowly become empty of all thoughts in your mind. As your mind is becoming empty, we channelize all that energy into the generous present moment, and we allow our body to function at its natural best and develop that greater immunity. is natural to have thoughts. When you recognize that you're thinking, simply come back to observing your normal breath, dear friends. Where our attention goes, there the energy flows. When we withdraw our attention off the thought, we are slowly allowing our mind to settle down. And we're slowly reducing those thousands of unwanted, unsupportive, negative and redundant thought. Be with your breath. Become one with the in breath and the warm out breath. And allow yourself to slowly become empty of all thoughts in your mind. And as your mind is empty, can you feel any sensations in your body? Can you find that emptiness all around your body, occupying your room? As you are becoming one with your breath, can you become aware of that emptiness where there is no body, where there is no thing, in no place and no time? As our mind is empty, recognize we have withdrawn our attention off the matter of our life, and we experience that greater emptiness around us, dear friends, of no body, of no thing. All emptiness is energy. That's quantum energy field with unlimited possibility and opportunity. The longer we stay as no body, as no thing in this field, the more we become of it. Yourself to merge into that emptiness where everything is connected to everything else. And experience this greater energy field to a greater mind. Yourself to go deeper and deeper into that emptiness. And stay connected to that energy field. Experience that emptiness of no body, no thing inside you, all around you. friends. Let's express gratitude. Gratitude for living this beautiful life. Gratitude is the highest state of receivership. Be grateful to your parents for giving us this beautiful connection to this field. Be grateful to your teachers and mentors for expanding our knowledge and wisdom. Be grateful to all the people in your life, your family, your friends, your colleagues, your relatives, everybody, for being mirrors and helping us learn so many things. Be grateful to this nature, the animals, the bird and the fish, planets, the stars, for being an integral part of our life with beauty, mystery, energy, and more. Be grateful to all the things we use, the technology, the places we go, our companies and governments, for supporting our lives in many ways. Be grateful to yourself for caring for you, for caring for others. Be grateful to this intelligent quantum field for allowing us to experience so much more in this life. Gratitude is an heightened emotion and allows us to receive more. Relax your body. Feel your body. Relax yourself and let the autonomous nervous system repair the body. As you relax, recollect your experience from the session. How did you feel? What did you see? What did you experience? And whenever you're ready, bring your awareness back to the body and to the environment. Keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds to circulate that energy back into the body, and then you may open your eyes. Wonderful. That's our first meditation. We meditate for about 30 minutes. This duration will increase slowly, and that's all used to the meditation, dear friends. What we did, observing a breath, trying to put our attention on the breath, and in the process becoming empty and experience something. During the meditation, I said, now every thought in feeling are energy. Thought is energy, feeling is energy. We'll understand this scientifically as we go along. But thought is energy, feeling is energy. Neuroscience and quantum physics combined, they validate this model. Now, gratitude is a feeling, and a gratitude as a feeling has a lot of positive energy. So, a feeling and a thought is producing an electromagnetic signature into this quantum field, and so gratitude produces a lot of stronger electromagnetic energy. So, when you feel good about something, then we produce more of that and then better. That's really how this whole process works. So, we use this opportunity every day to express gratitude as a fundamental process in our meditation to move towards a greater reality. And of course, we're going to introduce some more processes like this to feel great, to naturally utilize the power of emotion to create a better life or better life situation for ourselves. So, as we are, as we just completed the meditation, how many of you felt heaviness in the body? I would like to hear from some of you if you have something to share. If you didn't have anything to share, or if you have a distracted meditation, whatever that is you want to share, because sharing is a way we all actually want to learn. It is not going to be one side at all. It's going to be very interactive. Sharing is a way to actually learn. I'll be learning from you, and then we'll definitely learn from many people will learn from you when you share. Right? When you say I'm experiencing this, suddenly a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, I experienced that too." Right? So please do raise your hand if you want to share. And then I'm going to ask you a set of questions. So you can say yes in your chat if you have experienced that way. How many people felt heaviness in the body or any part of the body? How many felt lightness in the body or any part? Lightness in the head, lightness in the hand, right? Lightness in the legs, anywhere. How many felt some tingling sensations in your fingers, in your left side, in the right side, anywhere, tingling sensation? How many felt that you felt like floating up? Or you are lifting, you feel very light in the body that you want to, you feel like that you're lifting up, floating up. How many felt whirling sensation? Body is now whirling. The sensation or actual whirling? Either is possible. How many felt the sensation of whirling? How many felt swaying, go forward, backward, left side, right side? Head rotation, head rotation. You probably don't know, but how many felt? What about some pains? Did anybody feel pains anywhere in the body? They did not exist in meditation, but in meditation they came, now they don't find that. Okay. What about some emotion? Laughter, crying, tears. Yes. How many felt any tingling, any sensation right here at the center of eyebrows? What about some colors? Did anybody see colors? Anybody see any visions? Maybe some beautiful sceneries and this and that. These are all dear friends. And how many felt they're total empty, totally trance, you didn't want to come out of it. You're still trying to understand where you went. That a deeper emptiness, a state of where you felt is like just great to be in. What we call the transcendental experience. Difference. All of that you experience or did not experience is energy. When we become empty, as you become empty, since we are only 0.01% matter, when you're empty of our thought, when you're empty of our matter, attention on the matter, so we become what that we really are, that energy. So how do we experience energy? This is where it is 99.99% energy, so we don't know anything about it, right? So we experience it in some forms, and these are the various experiences. into the physical body, into the energy, and there are many different ways we experience that energy. Lightness, heaviness, tingling sensations, visions, colors, feelings, right? Total emptiness, our feeling of becoming one with everybody, all kinds, some kind of pains, which is translated some kind of healing, right? Of course, at the end of the day, many might have felt calmness and peacefulness, right? All of that is absolutely will be there. So, dear friends, that is the beginning of a meditation to experience that energy. Now, those who did not feel anything, perfectly okay. Because every meditation is always a good meditation because it's like this. In meditation, we are transcending time, and we transcend time because we don't even recognize when we empty our mind, observe the breath, empty the mind, so we transcend time. So there may be emptiness for short periods. It's all subatomic particle level working. At short periods, we're empty, and our mind to understand that we are empty or not empty in the thought process, it requires that thought to be for a long enough time, or that emptiness to be a long enough period. And many times we're not there for long enough. So you might have come out of the meditation thinking that, hey, I just did not have a way to control my thought. I've been all the time thinking, I just didn't get it. Don't think so. Recognize that for even microseconds we've gone into the emptiness, so we actually are becoming energy. So we just experienced long enough to feel that we had it. That's all it is. So every meditation is good meditation. Some feel it, some do not feel it. Over a period of time, some days we feel it, some days we don't feel it. It's unpredictable. It's unpredictable. However, we do get these experiences as a way to understand the process, as a way to increase our confidence in the process, as a way to, of course, receive a lot of insider messages that we're receiving like an antenna into the body, and then subsequently it becomes imagery into our daily life. We'll learn the process more. So it's great to see some of you writing there. Anybody would like to share? If you have raised a hand, then we can have you share it. Nothing is small or big. This group, nobody's sharing, nobody even raised a hand yet. Nothing is small or big. Here is a process with which we're going to learn to become self expressive, not unmindful of what others may think or judge of ourselves. We're not bothered about other person. We are only about ourselves, and we want to enhance our experience. Okay, that's great. Okay. Shrikala Lakshmi. Shrikala. Sheetal, you could.
Hi, hi, namaste. This is Sri Lakshmi. Sir, I was experiencing heaviness and a pain in the back and the chest.
Oh,
And I was seeing some dark shades and lights fading across, like it was like going across. And I was feeling thirsty.
okay, that's great. Yes, so Shrikalaji, so those are common experience. So the pains that you may experience naturally are in meditation go away. Oftentimes they are representative of healing. The healing in some form, and which may happen, which might help you heal anything that is either existing or non-existent, but we don't know about it, right? But what
Okay.
meditation will go away. What
Okay.
will go away. It's a perfectly safe process. What do you do when you have any of these pains or any of those? Sit through them. Don't break your
Okay.
meditation.
Okay.
Only when it is so uncomfortable that you have to, then yes, then you break the meditation and then go back and sit. Thirstiness, yes, meditation can make our throat thirsty, so it's a good idea to keep a glass of water and drink
Okay.
so that you can go longer. Right?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Sheetal,
Sir, we have Archana Singh.
yes, yes, Archana, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. I think it was an amazing experience for me. First of all, I want to say thank you to you that it making us, especially for me. I was not able to do the morning session because of my time schedule, but I don't know how it worked it out. You guys make it the evening one, and it make me so happy. that now I'm able to do this second time your session. I did last one with you too. And today when I sit, I feel like my body is just roaming around, and I feel like what I don't have before, I have today. It's like I'm just so easy, so relaxed, and not that many thoughts was coming. Like a lot of people might be listening, but when I did the first session, I asked them this the first time, what is this emptiness of mind? How do I empty my mind? I was so confused. But now I learned a little bit that how I can let my thought process go and just be with your breath. I feel so good, so good. I have so many health problems, but after doing this, I feel so good. My body feels so relaxed, and my brain is so good. I can think more and I can be calm in so many situations where I usually get anxiety, I usually get mad, I usually get frustration. But now I say, no, I can handle these situations. It can be, uh, it can work it out. Just so it's give me so much calmness last 40 days. Plus this today was, I cannot tell you how my brain is just feeling circling around and all my body is still. And I don't feel it's 30 minutes. I saw just as 5 minutes. How come sir saying say great, you start getting gratefulness to for other people, and it's finished so faster. So my heartful care thanks to you or your team and your time, sir. Thank you so very much.
Wonderful. Thank you. And before you will share from others, I will request Lawrence Gohad Jolly, who is the co-founder of Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation, very successful executive, to speak. She's going to be co-hosting with me in teaching some of the classes or not taking this program. Lawrence.
Thanks, Chandra. Thanks for this first Olympus session. So, yes, I'm Laurence Guerjoli. I've been a senior executive in IBM and now in this new adventure, Buddha CEO, to actually serve around. I had the chance to learn about mindfulness meditation 4 years ago in Bangalore, as I was doing business over there. And it has really transformed my life, from the workplace to the relationships, to my family. Everybody is enjoying very much the fact I'm doing meditation, so it's a good sign. And for those of you who are beginners, I am not a yogi. I have not been 30 years meditating. I can tell you that the benefit from meditation can come very, very fast. And you will enjoy it. That's the first, message. So practice is like learning flute or learning to play tennis or whatever, or cooking is not happening overnight. It requires some commitment to practice regularly and every day, and to not skip a day so you can create the habit. And all together, we are going to help each other to get there. The group is very important for the mindfulness, meditation, power itself, but also for each of us to stay connected and to get some help and some sharing from others. Chandra was asking for, how did you experience this first meditation? I can tell you the first few weeks of meditating, I was still, the way I'm working and so on, fixing myself, targets and objectives and so on. And I was always a little bit frustrated because everybody was looking like they had experience and vision and colors, and I was seeing nothing. So I was wondering, do I did right or not? And then I learned over time that everybody is really unique. This is not a competition. This is not a comparison. This is just sharing. And also to make sure that we don't begin to be a bit anxious because we have some pain here or some pain there. Just one anecdote. I had the chance to teach meditation inside IBM for senior executives, some of my colleagues and so on. I have seen extraordinary outcome on a health side. And, I remember one where we had a 20-minute meditation session. There was a vice president there, a woman, working in IBM, and a mom of two. And within 20 minutes at the end, she looked like completely puzzled. So we all asked her what did happen. And she said, I had a pain on my shoulders. Since 6 months, I have seen so many doctors. Nobody can tell me what to do. I don't want to do surgery, blah, blah, blah. And I don't feel anything anymore. So I even had to tell the room that I had not been paying this person to say that, because they would not trust me. It was real. And she actually came back the next day. It was a workshop, a business workshop. She came in a very early morning session, and she still had no pain and never had the pain anymore. So this was the most fast health outcome I have witnessed myself. So it's clearly showing to all of you that we are energy, and something is circulating or badly circulating. And when we put the effort, when we clear our mind and we free this energy and put it where it should be, it can create some very amazing outcome. So wish you a great, great journey with all of us. And we'll be super happy to see you every day in the coming 40 days. Back to you, Chandra.
Thank you. Thank you, Laurent. That's great. I think there's a quick sum up of how quickly meditation can benefit. So we see an youngster here raising a hand. So those of you raised hands, part of the format is going to be, if you're not able to fit in the sharing within the 90 minutes that we have, then we are usually staying back for at least 25 minutes after the formal closing. So those who have questions, so do stay back, and then we can definitely share and then exchange. But let me listen in to Manjari, and then rest we will do after the formal closing. Yes, but then certainly we'll be there. You have to unmute yourself. Yes.
I felt peace, and my head rotated, and I feel joyful. First, I was angry and frustrated. Now I'm very peace, and I like it now.
Wonderful. So you're feeling peaceful, joyful. A lot to be experienced, Manjari, in this short session. Thank you for joining. So you'll be an inspiration for many of us. Right? So thank you. That's great.
Thank you.
Yes. I certainly see some comments from in the chat. And, first day, right? If it is for first day or for a few days, it can be daunting. It can appear like, oh, it's going to be so difficult. Tell me, how does it feel if you have learned an instrument, like a guitar or violin? How does it feel in the first day? We feel like we just can't get it, right? Those fingers have to go in intricately and we can't get it. And when I was trying to learn violin, it took me 2 weeks to just hold the right position. Of course, I stopped learning violin, but it was so difficult, right? But then after 2 weeks, I got it. So it's like that, dear friends. Meditation initially can be appear like, just observing the breath. It seems like, it's a big, big task. But we are training the brain because the brain learns pretty fast. Everything you repeat, it makes a stronger connection, so it helps us. Repetition is how we learned all the tables, right? It's the same way we keep repeating to bring our attention back to the breath. Initial days it's tougher. Just like any skill. When you're behind a four-wheel driving car, initial days you feel like, man, this is such a big vehicle, how can you even turn? It's absolutely going to, when I turn, it's going to hit somebody. That's how we feel. But after a few days of practice, we recognize that, okay, it's so simple, so easy. Same thing, dear friends. Meditation, as we train, initially it is tougher, but our attention bringing back to the breath again and again and again, our brain is also forming a stronger neurological connection, and it's going to help us bring our attention back to the breath easily. So we got to stay through it. Two things we got to do: keeping our eyes closed, and then every time we think we're thinking, bring our attention back to the breath. We keep doing it, we're definitely going to get better. Normally, we've seen people getting, a majority of the people moving from an initial beginner to moving into a easy states after a week. Normally, again, there is no thing. Don't hold me because you said 1 week later, and hey, it's still not working. But many people are moving into that state. But certainly after 3 weeks, you start seeing that okay, it's easier doing it, and in 6 weeks, a lot of benefits. So let's stay through it, right? Before, as it's getting close to the formal closing, I want to say a few more things. we have sent an email to all registered participants, right? And the email contains a WhatsApp group link to become members into a WhatsApp group, because we got 40 days of journey, 6 weeks, and we don't leave at just simple meditation and then go away. Instead, we are sharing lot of guidance, lot of resources in the form of books and links, some of these meditation links, and many more things and announcements during the next 40 days in through those WhatsApp groups. So that our gateway to communication with all of you will be the WhatsApp groups. Many times you can't even share things here, so they'll all go into the WhatsApp group because we have time paucity. So that's one. So you want to definitely be part of that member WhatsApp group. If you've not registered, you got the link somehow, no problem. Please go back and register. Somebody's going to post the link out there to register. It's the website is buddhaceo.org. That's one. All communication is happening through it, and we're also posting a daily newsletter. So please do. Second, each of these groups have an experienced meditator as your facilitator or team leader, right? So the groups are named after some good Western authors who are authors of meditations practices, so they have some nice wisdom. But the groups are facilitated by very experienced facilitators. I'm going to introduce them tomorrow. So not only be part of the group, but that your facilitator will be there in the group description. So see and then get in touch with them. The idea of creating the WhatsApp groups is to want to take a lot of information during the 40 days, and then two, most importantly, make friends. We are encouraging strongly. When I started practicing meditation, I made so many friends because meditation journey is very individual. Then you make friends, you exchange, you travel with them together, you talk about your experience to each other on a regular basis. It supports your practice quite a bit. So do make friends, identify if anybody that you feel as people are sharing, that when you share, others learn, and then you can make friends. So do that, right? So that's second. And so we'll introduce these facilitators tomorrow. And the last thing is that we do self-assessments, right? In order to measure 6 weeks, right? We are investing a lot of important, valuable quality time of yours. So you want to do self-assessment so that you can assess yourself. How are you progressing? The assessment goes in from various levels, right? Now, physical body, sleep, emotions, health, relationship, and all kinds of things, right? But non-intrusive, something that you can at a high level check in. So there'll be a questionnaire sent in those WhatsApp groups today as a baseline for you to assess and say where are you, so that when you answer this 3 weeks later, you'll get a feel that okay, you're improving or not improving, right? Just for yourself. So there'll be an assessment questionnaire that will be posted in your WhatsApp group. So please take time to fill in and so get a feel for yourself where you are, and then so you can measure yourself. Right, friends? So before we conclude, I'd request we have several business leaders part of this program, right? So many of you have attended in the past. I know some of you are very, very accomplished, and we'll get to know you, right? So we'll be very happy to know about you, and then the purpose and many ways, how and what you made to what drew you into this program, and then absolutely please do share it during these 40 days. And every day we have different things. In a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we are doing sharing of scientific wisdom. Week 1, we are about meditation. Week 2, we are about health and memory parts. Week 3 is about manifestation, the whole quantum physics and science. Week 4, we are learning emotional intelligence, how meditation is improving, right? So like that, we have week 5, some more, and then week 6. So every week we have a topic. We're going to cover that extensively with as much scientific knowledge as possible, right? In addition, we are bringing in business leaders who are coming on a Saturday to share their meditation transformation journey and what made them successful. We believe meditation is for businesses, is for individuals as well as for businesses in growing our careers or businesses. So business leaders come. We're bringing a lot of external professionals who are meditators again to share their life transformations as a way to inspire us. That happens on a Tuesday. So we have many things planned. And some of you have been senior meditators who've been there before. We heard you. So we have Sundays dedicated for long meditations. So Sundays, starting the first Sunday, we do longer meditation. Every day we do 40-45 minutes, but on a Sunday we're going to do longer meditation. So this is how we scheduled it. We will slowly learn. You don't have to remember any of this. As you come, take it day by day, I think is the best. So before we close, a request. We have a distinguished leader, very accomplished leader, recognized by Government of India as one of the civilian honors, Padma Shri. Very few people are given this honor for his great service and contribution in the field of civil services. And Padma Shri D.R. Karthikeyan sir, who is the former Director of Central Bureau of Investigation and former Director of Central Police Reserve Force of India, and is also the Director for the National Human Rights Commission, India, for a long many years with an illustrious career, who has been championing the cause of meditation and yoga significantly across, as he found several benefits. So, and Dr. Padmashri Karthikeyan sir is also a spiritual mentor for this Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation. Together, we are journeying on this path to reach this meditation. So, sir, your message.
Yes, Chandra. May I know where from Manjari is speaking and how old is she?
Okay.
Manjari?
Unmute Sheetal.
I think. Manjari, how old are you and where are you calling from?
We have to
Manjari, can you hear us?
My mother name is Manjari. I'm Grishma.
How old are you?
10.
10. Where are you calling from?
India, Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. Thank you very much. Before that, Chandra, I wonder if this Tamil Krishna Swami is the same girl from Atlanta, whether she would like to speak shortly, and also Mr. Shakat Singh of Delhi. I see them. In case they are there, any brief comments?
I see Shakat Singh ji, if you'd like to share, we're trying to unmute you. You can unmute yourself. The video is off.
Tamil Krishna Swami has been following us even earlier, I know. But Shakat Singh maybe for the first day, I don't know.
So we don't find Tamil Krishna Swami now. But Shakat Singh is there, but sir is not unmuting. So I'd like to.
Okay, if they are not there, it's okay, some other day.
Yes. Please
They
go
can-
ahead.
So thank you very much. Let me congratulate all the participants.
I'm saying that it's not that you're holding.
Shakat Singh is there. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, it is.
Would you like to share your experience?
Yes, I had just actually sent a little chat, which I will now read out for everybody's comfort. I just said from Shakat Singh, New Delhi, since you have asked us to share your experience in the last 40 minutes, I must say I have not felt light in the head like this in the last many years. And I have never felt that cleaned up in my head as today. It is an intoxicating experience. I feel I am in control, and this is despite the fact that I do regular pranayam for nearly 60 minutes every day. Wow, this is one mind-blowing experience. God bless you, and God bless our revered Karti Bhai, who pushed me to join in today. Most grateful and looking forward to more and more. These are my humble words, sir.
Thank you. I know you will be. I know that's why I wanted you to join. You needed it and you'll enjoy it. Is Tamil available?
I would.
Is not there. I saw her name. Maybe the same. I'm not sure. Maybe some other time. Anyhow, let me congratulate all the participants here. You're all lucky. Everybody doesn't get an opportunity like this. See, we write to thousands of people, but it's only those whose good time has started will join us here. Congratulations to you. I can hear some voice. Is it Tamil?
Go, sir. No.
Okay. Please continue. We'll continue regularly. Having been lucky enough to join, I want you to be wise enough to continue. Coming here is an opportunity and luck, good. But continuing is your wisdom. And I can assure you, you will find many aspects of your life getting enhanced. Some say transformation, but certainly nobody will spend their time without many of their faculties getting better. I see so many other people like Preetham and all that, maybe some other time you can call them. I once again, congratulations. It is something amazing. It is the simplest form of meditation I wrote to you, but you will find the results amazing. And Mr. Chandra has become a master coach in this meditation. Don't go by the deceptive look of this man. He looks young, all black hair and all that, no beard, no gray hair, but he's an old soul with a young body, and he has enormous wisdom, knowledge, and he has mastered the technique also, how to inspire people with this simple technique. I think it's time for me to say goodbye to all of you. Continue. Thank you, Lawrence. Nothing like seeing you again. You know, she is a person who's so dedicated. She says, I must teach meditation to at least one person every day. Our mantra is practice, practice, practice. So we want to get good benefit. Yes, attend this program and never give up the practice. Second, Bhai, I'm very happy you are benefited. I know you will be benefited. Put the whole family with you now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Katkensa. That's wonderful to have your encouragement and then your message on meditation, that if you practice, it is developing many faculties in some way or the other, and then everybody's seeing the benefit. And then certainly, thank you, Shekhar Singh ji. That's great to hear your comments. It's wonderful. And yes, it is only a beginning of meditation. Now, meditation is by definition what we experience. That feel is unpredictable. So we experience one way, we experience the other way. But there's always surprises. That's why it's miraculous. Anything that's uncommon, until the time it becomes common, it becomes miraculous. So many people experience miracles in meditation. And we'll find that as we go along. So thank you so much, everybody. It is a joy and an honor and a pleasure for us, all of us here at the Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation, to share what we know. And it's an opportunity for us to, and then we are grateful to you for giving us time where we are able to share and then make this meaningful for all of us. We are a set of group of volunteers working together on this cause. We'll talk more about the foundation one of the days. But certainly many of you who participated in the past programs have helped in creating more and more awareness about this. And so we deeply thank you for each and every one of you who have taken this message and written to many of your colleagues and friends and family. And then see that many of you participated. So please do, we take this opportunity to thank you and then continue to support this. Our goal is to see that everybody in the world becomes a meditator and then just supports a great coexistence for all of us. That's really our sincere wish and goal. So please continue to encourage others to participate, because the registrations will be open. And we're also giving certificates for those of you who feel it's going to help, and then we feel go forward. Companies are going to be absolutely looking for meditation as a core skill. We know, and Lawrence knows, and we are aware that so many already large corporations have said mindfulness meditation as a success skill. It's a key soft skill, success skill. So it'll be a great thing. Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation does provide a certificate when we finish this program. And it requires, of course, an active, sincere participating in the self-assessment surveys, 3 self-assessment surveys, and at least 73 or 74% of the attendance to be there. So we track that. So please do, and those of you can be regularly participate and benefit, and of course the certificate comes naturally. So that's not the reason why we are attending. I just want to say that some of the facilitators will post that information too in your group so that you can utilize this. So with that, thank you all. I said in 2 minutes from now, we will do some sharing. Those of you raised hands, so stay there, and I will definitely want to hear your experience or your question. So 2 minutes from, so thank you.
Why not tell them they can also join the morning session also?
All right, yes.
Sometimes they will not be able to do in the evening.
So we're doing 2 sessions a day. So one is, right now is India evening, which is West morning, right? So evening 5 p.m., but we're also doing a session, India morning, 6 a.m. 6 a.m., which is I think 7:30 US East PM.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
doing that too as a session, both are 95% same, unless I have to speak exactly the same or Lawrence has to be exactly the same, but both are more or less the same. So you can join if you miss a session, like you can always catch up on that in the morning session. So more than welcome to join. If you want to attend both, nothing like it. Then you're intensifying your meditation practice during the 40 days. That's what I did. When I was doing August to September 2002, I was meditating an hour and a half to two multiple times. So you can make use of it really, really effectively. And don't worry about the time because we all found significant amount of extra time. I found 4 hours of extra time in a given day. We just have to make a commitment and say I'm not attending this, and then it happens. So we'll learn more how we find extra time and all that as we go into the meditation. Yes, sir. Thank you for reminding me of that.
Thank you.
Thank you all and have a great day.
Good night.
And we're gonna just share it shortly in a couple of minutes.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
Okay. Yes.
Namaste, sir. My name is Vijaya. I participated in the 21-day program, which ended yesterday. And it was very nice. The whole experience was very nice. So I decided to join this session also, the 6-week program. The question I had was, I feel a lot of heaviness on the head, on top of the head. And also, when you mean like, I feel emptiness within myself, but I don't really understand how you should be feeling like entering the quantum field. I really don't know what that is. So please help me with that aspect.
Okay. So that emptiness or the energy, which is considered this quantum energy field, happens naturally, right? When we are emptying our thought by observing the breath, as we observe the breath, emptiness in the mind is happening. And as our thought is becoming empty, then we are experiencing naturally emptiness inside us. When we are withdrawing our attention on the matter, then we become empty, and then we also are naturally connected to this whole emptiness everywhere. Now, how do you quantify it? That emptiness has no people, no organisms, no animals, no nothing, no objects like furniture, walls, buildings, nothing, right? So no person, place, thing. It's really that, right? No places. So if you're finding, when as you're empty, then if you're finding and you're observing, and so I've used the word awareness, can you become aware of that emptiness on your left side around you? Now, what does it mean? So that emptiness A can be either in the form of blackness, right, or could be some kind of grayish, whatever that may be to you as you grew up. Emptiness to you means something. It could be blackness, it could be grayish color, it could be light for some, right? But then what is the characteristic when you are becoming aware and say, right now, I ask you to become aware of your nose, you know that yes, the nose is there without touching, right? With your eyes closed, become aware of your nose. You can say, yes, I know there is something called nose exists, right? Because you're not seeing it, you're not touching it, you're not sensing it, but you know it. It's called awareness. So I ask you to put the same awareness on your left side or around you. So if when you're putting your awareness around you, and at that point, if you don't find, normally in your room you got furniture on the left side, people are sitting on your right side in another room. But in an emptiness state, when you say become aware of the surroundings of no body, no thing, and if you don't find anybody, and if you don't find that wall there, perhaps right for the room wall there, if you don't find the wall, and it keeps going, and how far does that emptiness go? That means it goes infinite distance. And as long as you are becoming aware of that state, then you are into that emptiness state. If you find instead your body being fully present, many people will say become aware of your emptiness inside you or around you, and many people find probably emptiness of the top of the body they don't feel, but the place where you sit in the chair you might feel, right? That's possible. But eventually that also we overcome, that also we transcend and we go. So that's really how you find that emptiness. You don't visualize emptiness. I don't think you said visualization, but you ultimately become empty and you become aware of that emptiness by what I just explained. Read a book. What can you read on this? Read You Are the Placebo to start with. You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I think that's the best book to sort of understand this emptiness, or experiencing emptiness. Okay.
Sir, we have Abhirami.
Hi, good morning to everybody. First of all, I wanted to just share the beautiful aspect of just me getting involved in this program. There was an intention for me to, I have always wanted to meditate, but I've never given the time. But when I was thinking with great intention, suddenly Satyakari sent me this flyer saying, this is a very good program, if you want to join. And I am very grateful to Satya for introducing, because I think this gives a very important aspect of discipline with a lot of people together. I think that makes a difference. And thank you, Chandraji and Karthikeyan sir and Lawrence for taking it. It is not easy to do this on a daily basis, and it's very beautiful. The second thing I wanted to share with the experience that I had today, where I thought whenever there was a feeling of emptiness for a second, but then I was limiting that. Why? Or maybe limiting is not the right word. Maybe it is, I was distracted to go back to the thought. Can you shed some light on that, Chandraji?
It is a natural process, Abhirami madam. It's just a natural process.
Okay.
Because our thoughts are of course taken over, right? The thoughts are taken over our normal life. If 95% is redundant and negative, so we got to bring those down. Either they're redundant or negative or both, right? So if it's a regular practice, the distractions go away. On average, in a minute, distracted 6 to 8 times. In a minute, we get distracted 6 to 8 times. So no wonder children have to cope up, and then we all only say, hey, focus, focus. We can't focus because it's just the distraction is there. And meditation is a great way to slowly get away from the distractions. That's one reason why it happens. And second, of course, if that feeling that you're going into the emptiness is a little intense, it's a feeling of unknown, so automatically the fear pulls us back. There may be some fear. And we're going into this feeling, they're going into this unknown, because it's truly an unknown place. They're going in, and suddenly some kind of uneasiness creeps in, and so we pull ourselves back. But when I understand the science more and more, and as well listening to others' experience, okay, I'm going to be safe, it is okay, I'm going to go journey into this emptiness, it's fine. So then we are able to go past that, and then we let ourselves into it. That's also a second reason why it happens. Just more practice.
If I may, also, sometimes some friends told me it happens because you finally feel this emptiness, and so your mind is saying, "Oh, I'm there. I have done my emptiness," and then finally it's a thought, so it's come to distract you. So it's like you went there slowly, but suddenly your rational mind is saying, "Hey, I got it," and then you are back to a thought. So it's just a dance, but step by step, it's gonna go much better, and you're gonna feel the benefit of it.
Thank you. Okay, can I ask one more question?
Sure.
When you were telling, you were saying concentrate on your breath from the tip of the nose, and like when you're constantly breathing, sometimes I see my focus on, okay, which nose am I inhaling or exhaling? And sometimes when I can't feel it, then I feel the distraction more as to I'm not breathing, I'm not inhaling or exhaling properly. And there is a small little amount of distraction there. And then I thought, is it natural not to feel any air moving through that much?
All I say is all these questions will go away. Abhirami, you just have to practice for some more time.
Okay, perfect.
Muted, that's all. Yeah. So we don't need to discuss it, but it just goes away. It's natural, they're not part of it, and then you're going to get through them. Yep.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes. And M, would you like to share? How was your experience?
Hey, Anne, do you want to say a few words?
Hi, Anne. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. I thought it was very interesting. Laurence told me about this session. I'm very happy to participate. But I can say I'm not a good student for the time being. But I understood that Laurence says I will improve, and as a teacher at La Sorbonne, I really know that I can improve, but I start from a very, very low departure, so I can only improve.
Sure.
I have many and many of thoughts, and I couldn't concentrate on what I was doing. So
No, absolutely. We all are learning all the time. Meditation, this path is such that we are students of this process forever. And so naturally, you're going to learn pretty quickly. Lawrence is a great teacher. She tells me she's pretty happy being there in your place. And I think it's great. I'm glad that you're able to join. She's got so much knowledge. So take it all before she probably goes on to other places or whatever that is, or greater futures. Yes.
Thank you, Anne. And you know better than anyone that, yes, it's about teaching and learning. It's a process. So you're going to enjoy this journey. And I'm sure you're going to start talking about it to your students.
And if I can say, I think in this time being where everything is quite frightening for us in Europe and for you in India, I think it's very nice to have this sort of group and to share different culture and to share things that it is and you make it possible for this group. And thank you very much for both of you, Lawrence, and you all that organized this group. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you. They haven't one. Sheetal?
we have, sir. Yeah, I think that's all we have.
Okay.
That's it? Okay. All right. So that's great to share. Thank you so much, dear friends. So we'll meet back tomorrow again at same time, 5 p.m. India time. We'll understand some more about this experience of meditation, and we'll do Tuesday, the first Tuesday, but we're just going to go a little more into the meditation. This whole week is about nuance of meditation. What is meditation? What's not meditation? And what are these experiences? And some more about this quantum field. Tomorrow we're also going to understand one more process which is going to make us more feel better, called heart elevation process. We'll talk about that. So until then, thank you. Have a great day, and I will see you back again tomorrow. Thank you, Sheetal. Thank you, Lawrence. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, Chital.
Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. So grateful. Oh, grateful. I'm so grateful. So I want to say thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.